Hello, everyone. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And this post sums up what it's like to be an XRP investor. This comes from XRP Bags. The XRP news cycle, Monday. Massive partnership. Tuesday, price doesn't move. Wednesday, another partnership. Thursday, still nothing. Friday, central bank pilot. Saturday, price goes down. Sunday, accumulation phase. Next week, no news, no hype, price pumps. The hardest trade in crypto is holding the one with the most adoption while the price makes you look wrong. That is exactly what it's like to be an XRP investor. I show you every single week. There's announcement after announcement. Ripple making another partnership. Ripple expanding out in this area, in this country. But yet there's no price movement on XRP. I still believe XRP's price is not reflecting its actual value right now. It's like it's being held down, but eventually it's going to break free and skyrocket in price. Why XRP could replace the petrodollar. There's so much talk of this right now, but what people don't realize is XRP, it's not replacing the petrodollar. XRP is going to rise as the world's bridge currency because of the death of the petrodollar. What is every country doing right now? They're pushing away from US dollars. It's all about de-dollarization. Every country wants to have their own currency, but every single country will still need a bridge currency. That's where XRP comes in. This comes from Chad Steingraber. Ripple Treasury has enabled the use of XRP inside their netting system. So this is what their netting system looks like. And you could see how this would be a massive liquidity pool of XRP. And as countries send money back and forth, it would go in as US dollars into XRP and come out as the digital euro or any other currency. It looks a lot like this right here. And that's where XRP is headed. Even if these countries don't have a central bank digital currency, it doesn't matter. They could have a stable coin, anything. They could have a gold-backed stable coin, a gold-backed central bank digital currency, and they're still going to need a bridge. And that's the part that most people miss in crypto. It's not about XRP replacing the US dollar. It's about XRP moving the US dollar. Tokenization is not priced in. Everyone saying real world assets is priced in is missing this. $29 billion tokenized versus $270 trillion global. That's 0.01%. That's where we are at right now. Stocks, bonds, real estate, funds, all still sit off chain. People think this trade is crowded. It's not. It hasn't even started. When this moves, it reprices fast. Wait until all of these assets start coming on chain. And it's going to happen. And it's going to really amp up towards the second half of this year. That's why a lot of people are making these predictions, thinking that XRP is going to be sitting at $100 by the end of 2026. It's because all this value, it can't come on chain without moving the price of these cryptocurrencies. These tokenized assets still have to move. They will also need a bridge. XRP $600 target, $589 to $600 per XRP in 12 to 24 months. Analyst points to stronger regulatory clarity and rising institutional confidence compared to others. If clarity leads, capital follows. It's not just Jake Claver making these predictions. Every single day, I see new chart guys predicting 3 digits now. It's like we went from $27 to 3 digits very fast. And I think it's because people are starting to realize that adoption is already happening. But you know why I don't doubt these predictions? Because of this right here. Legend celebrating the first Bitcoin halving 14 years ago. The Bitcoin price was $12. Dom Kwok says, none of these guys ever thought Bitcoin would reach $100, let alone $10,000. $100,000 was not even on the table. There's a lesson in there. It's the same thing that could happen to XRP. Bitcoin literally has no utility. It's like a glorified meme coin. And look at the price of Bitcoin today. XRP is backed by a ton of utility. Everybody always argued that 100 billion tokens was the reason why it would never reach these price points. Now we don't even know if 100 billion tokens is going to be enough to serve every person on the planet. Things are going to start to get crazy when it comes to utility-driven cryptocurrencies. Some people see it coming. Other people don't think it will ever happen. And that's because the price hasn't moved dramatically yet. Once XRP starts heading into price discovery, all of a sudden you'll see people predicting $1,000 plus very fast once that happens. Everything changes when euphoria sets in. HSBC, the timeline for crypto adoption has accelerated as a result of regulatory clarity and AI. Take a listen to this.
It's going to come, isn't it? Two questions. One is in terms of a sense of time. How has the sort of time horizon shortened for you in the last 12 months? Like, was something that you thought was going to happen in 5 years' time? Now, when do you think it's going to happen? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I think the whole crypto story has just been accelerated. But actually, the whole crypto story has been really fast. Bitcoin's white paper was 2008. We're 16 years in. And the US president has basically said the US wants to be a global leader and it's going to underpin the new financial markets and global financial system in 16 years. And if you add AI, which is not the topic of today's discussion, if you add AI into the equation, which is going to really help accelerate this even further, because there's a really nice, coordination between AI and blockchain and crypto, it's going to speed it up even more. And we're moving to a world where finance is going to be completely transformed. It's people say, and it's a global financial system, but the majority of the world are not participants. And crypto is really solving the access issue. It's giving individuals with anyone around the world internet connection and a digital asset wallet to participate in financial markets and to have access potentially to US dollars. These are people that never could access US dollars. So it's really going to change the game, and it's going to bring more people into global financial markets, and it's going to enhance wealth creation for everyone involved. And so it's great to see administrations and regulators really starting to appreciate that side of the equation. So considering Bitcoin's 16 years old, I'd say we're doing pretty well.
And wait until they realize that Bitcoin is just going to be another asset running across the XRP ledger. But she's not wrong. You know why this is really going to accelerate? Is because the U.S. now has to take the U.S. dollar to places that it has never gone before. Because now everybody's pushing away from the U.S. dollar. So they're going to look at this as a way to strengthen the U.S. dollar. That's why things will move fast. That and the rise of AI. But everything has been accelerating over the last couple of years, and it's really starting to pick up momentum now. Ripple officially partners with Riyadh Bank's innovation arm to expand blockchain finance in Saudi Arabia. Ripple has officially signed a partnership with GEO, the innovation and technology arm of Riyadh Bank. The two sides will explore blockchain use cases for cross-border payments, digital asset custody, tokenization, all of it tied to Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 agenda. Why is it always the 2030 agenda? You know, whenever they do that, you know it's going to happen much sooner. It's just like when the World Economic Forum used to always say, by 2030, this is going to happen. When they say by 2030, they mean most likely by 2028 or early 2029. And then there's this. Justin Sun accuses Trump's crypto project World Liberty Fi of secretly embedding a backdoor into its own smart contract. Sun, World Liberty Fi's largest investor with $75 million in, says the team used a hidden blacklist function to freeze his wallet in September 2025, with zero warning and zero explanation. He also accuses World Liberty Fi team of rigging governance votes to justify freezing investor funds, secretly extracting fees from users, treating the crypto community as a personal ATM. World Liberty Fi has since collapsed 83% from its 46 cents all-time high. Sun's frozen $75 million World Liberty Fi, once worth $700 million at peak, is now only worth $45 million, with no way to sell. So what I see here is this. World Liberty Fi team got one over on another scammer. But, you know, this doesn't look good at all. In fact, this has FTX vibes written all over it. You know, locking people's funds, that's the worst. Because it's like they want to cash out and you're stuck in it. It's the same reason why when we see new all-time highs on these cryptocurrencies like XRP and so on, watch how quick the exchanges go down. It happened with Bitcoin multiple times. It will happen with XRP as well. XRP Ledger stablecoin volume surges to 1.7 billion. Remember the other day, there was an article that came out that said transactions and momentum on the XRP ledger, it's slowing down. You know, every day, it's like you get the doom and gloom articles, but then you get the positivity articles. And that's really confusing, especially to new crypto investors, because they don't know what to think. It's like, did I invest in the right cryptocurrency or didn't I? Here's the way I look at it. If you do your research on XRP, you will quickly figure out the whole direction that the world is going in. A new financial system is absolutely coming. You see it coming together now in real time. And anybody that doesn't think XRP could reach these high price points because of market cap, those people are about to be proven wrong in a very big way. Because if institutional adoption really takes off by the end of this year, the way everyone is predicting, there's a good chance this Christmas is going to be a very Merry Christmas for XRP holders. But I think the breakout is going to start very soon. Something is going to give, and XRP is going to start to rise in price. And it's going to continue to rise in price throughout the rest of 2026. But the bigger price points, I still believe, are going to come in next year. This year, it's going to be great. Next year is going to be spectacular. That's where I see this going. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.